Are you an empath, sensitive, or an intuitive, and you're absorbing other people's energy and it's getting you down? Stick about to find out how I learnt to overcome this and some examples from my life and other people's. So, a few years ago, I was an unhealed empath, and back then, as an unhealed empath, I was absorbing other people's energies like a sponge. So, I would see people who were maybe suffering or upset or angry, and I would feel their emotions as if they were my own. And obviously, this was really draining and tiring. And me carrying their emotions wasn't helping them in any way, and it wasn't helping me either. But I didn't yet have physical or energetic boundaries. So I was letting this affect me so much, like a sponge, just absorbing everything. So, for instance, a specific person whose energy I felt so much that I started thinking and acting a little bit out of character in ways that weren't me, in ways that I would never do, because I was just completely open, like some kind of transmitter, to allowing other people's energies to affect mine. Another example is someone I know who is very sensitive and quite vulnerable. And they used to live with someone who really wasn't very good for them at all, very unsettling for them. And this person, because they were quite sensitive and vulnerable, they were kind of just completely open to it. And the other person's energy was assailing them. And in a similar way to me, but a more dramatic version, it was really affecting the way that they thought and were behaving. When around this other person, they would even act like a completely different person in quite negative ways. And underneath that wasn't the real them, but they were just so affected by this other person's energy. And if you find that you're living with someone whose energy is making you feel this way, like maybe their energy is getting you down and it's maybe really negative or quite stressful, or you don't feel safe with them, then if you're able to, it's advisable to try to find a way to move, because where we live is meant to be a place that we can feel peaceful and safe. It's meant to be a safe space where we can peacefully just close our eyes and relax and let go and go to sleep. And if you don't feel that you can do that at home, then your home, it's not really a home, it's more of a stressful house or flat. Another example is a person who's very energetically sensitive, and they pick up energies, 5D energies, like entities and things like that. And where they used to live, there was an angry ghost in their home. So I'm getting a bit esoteric here. Some of you might be like, what the hell? But bear with me. So they were a very sensitive soul and very, very open to energies. And because they didn't have ways to ground themselves and protect themselves from it, they were just absorbing the energy from this angry ghost, and it was making them start to feel angry too. So once again, this wasn't their own energy. They were being affected by external energies. Now that can be people we live with, people we see all the time. This can be entities of maybe people who have passed over. So if we think about it scientifically, everything is made of energy, and so far science can only comprehend 5% of the universe, and everything else, the other 95%, is currently labelled dark energy or dark matter. Now that is physical matter or energy that can't yet be understood, measured, comprehended with human sensors and human equipment, scientific tools. It doesn't mean that that stuff doesn't exist. And if we are empathic, sensitive, intuitive, we're going to be much more susceptible to being affected by these energies if we don't know what to do with it. So back to me and how I learnt to overcome this. So at one point, I was going through a really, really life-changing spiritual experience. I had a spontaneous awakening, and I was going through so much shifts and having new perspectives and new awareness and releasing all new emotion unlike ever before. And it was so much to be going through. And I was quite vulnerable energetically at that time to other energies. So at this time, it was like an obstacle course spiritually or energetically. And I realized at that point, I don't have many physical boundaries. I don't have any energetic boundaries. And this is what I'm talking about, the difference between unhealed and healed empath. I was just allowing everything to affect me in whatever way it could. So I started researching, what can I do to start protecting myself, because I deserve to be peaceful in my own energy without the energy of other people, whether they have positive intentions or not, affecting how I'm thinking, affecting everything, you know. So some things I've found that have really, really helped me so much, and I do them regularly to this day. Energy clearing meditation and protection meditation. So energy clearing, for me, I like to imagine that I'm going up into space and just being one with the universe, away from everything, away from people, away from Earth, and just imagining that all of my atoms are being sort of cleansed, and anything that's not a part of me, my soul, is just being let go and transmuted into something better. So there are so many meditations you can find that do this kind of thing, an energy protection meditation. So the protection one, what it does is it's like an energetic shield. It's removing energy that's not yours, and then it's like wrapping you in a bubble of protective energy. You can even imagine that there's like an energy shield around you, and maybe even a reflective barrier. So anything that is below the energy that you're at, your frequency, your emotion, it will just be bounced back and it won't go into your energy and won't affect you. So meditation is amazing. And at one point, when I was going through a lot spiritually, I was doing this every day. And now I just top it up when I feel I need it, or if I feel I'm going to go into a situation, maybe like a stressful or possibly overwhelming public situation, or be around a group of people who maybe aren't really on my wavelength and I might find it draining. Sometimes I will do this meditation before to protect me in advance. And then, so staying on the sort of esoteric side, you can get hematite or tourmaline or red tiger's eye crystal. And what these crystals do is they protect your energy from external energies. So I like to wear one on like a little necklace. So it's sort of around my heart chakra. You can put it in a pocket. Then it's next to your root chakra, which is very grounding. The root chakra is all about grounding. And if we're absorbing other people's energy, sometimes we're not always that grounded. So coming back to doing things that are grounding is essential. Things like coming back to the breath, feeling the breath in the body, starting to slow the breath down and have gentle breaths and bring it down to your stomach, noticing your feet on the ground. If you're able to, maybe walking barefoot or on soil, on grass is ideal, because on beaches as well, because you are connecting to the earth, and the earth is absorbing electromagnetic energy from your body, and that removes stress and that grounds you. Other ways as well are to sage your space. You can use Palo Santo sage and then just wave it around. Maybe if you've had like an argument in a room, you can wave it around the room, or you could go all out and like do the whole house on a full moon. And full moon is all about releasing old energies. So yeah, sage your house. And another thing you can do as well is if you've had like a charged interaction with someone or you're feeling stressed, wash your hands with salt. Wet your hands, rub them with salt like you're exfoliating, and then wash them again with soap. And the salt also removes extra stressful energy from the body. So I'd love to know if any of these are things you do already, and if any of them are things you hadn't thought of and you might give a try. Pop a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.